This is STEPN, the app that kicked off the move and earn revolution almost 3 years ago. And yes, I'm still using it every day. And this is STEPN GO. It's packed with so many core updates across onboarding, tokenomics, gameplay, that the team built it from scratch as a whole new app. So in this video, let's dive into what Go's all about. Now, the original STEPN is one of these rare Web3 products that ticked a lot of the right boxes. Launched by the FSL team in late 2021, STEPN introduced a powerful use case for NFTs, leveraging psychology to help users build healthy habits in the real world. And the premise was pretty simple. You make money walking. And almost 3 years later, I've logged over 6,000 kilometers of walking, jogging, running, and it continues to be a stable app that prints the GMT token for thousands of exercises every day. The payout, it's not huge, but just enough to get you out the door to get your daily steps in, and that's a magical formula. With STEPN, the team proved that this flavor of gamified fitness, it works, onboarding over 1 million people in the process. And now we've got STEPN GO. It's been built from the ground up, packed with 2 years of hard-earned lessons from across the Web3, NFTs, and GameFi landscape. And there were so many core updates that it made more sense to create a brand new app. Sometimes, if your house needs enough renovation, you're better off building from scratch. And so that's why we have 2 apps now. The original STEPN OG and the new STEPN GO, which has been in beta for a few months now. So, what's new in STEPN GO? Well, basically everything. The FSL team took 2 years worth of data and experience on what worked and what didn't, and combined it with the collective lessons learned across the industry to evolve STEPN OG into STEPN GO. In a nutshell, Go has much easier onboarding, a major Web3 pain point, much more sustainable tokenomics, something that's pretty much tripped up every GameFi project ever, and more diverse, fully featured gameplay modes, which I'm very excited to talk about. Let's dive into the onboarding first. Now, the onboarding experience matters because it's the first impression your product makes. And it's especially important in Web3 because, well, the Web3 onboarding experience has generally sucked, right? It's just too hard, making mass adoption an uphill battle. Well, STEPN GO dramatically simplifies onboarding. There's no longer an immediate need to understand wallets, seed phrases, or even what cryptocurrencies and NFTs are. All you need is an email. That's it. So this means that even my tech illiterate dad, who really needs exercise and loves money, can try the app. As an existing STEPN GO user, all I need to do is send the new user a QR code and they can join the app quick smart with just an email address. That's it. I'll be bringing them into what's called my Haus, which is kind of like my own mini sneaker rental stall inside the Go app. I'll lend the new user one of my sneakers, give them some of my energy, and off they go. That's all they need to start exercising and earning GGT tokens. And afterwards, we'll split the earnings. If the new user enjoyed themselves, they can go into the marketplace, buy their own sneakers if they want to, and even open their own house and begin onboarding their own family members and friends. And this could be a great way for somebody to start their own journey into Web3 more broadly. So all up, the barrier of entry to try out the STEPN experience is now pretty much gone because FSL has abstracted away all of that difficult crypto stuff. With this new onboarding system, the team has brought Web3 down to the level of Web2 users, rather than asking Web2 users to climb up the steep ivory towers of Web3. No! The key takeaway is play first, then tackle the Web3 learning curve later on. And this is exactly the kind of infrastructure that's needed to drive mass adoption. Now, what about the tokenomics? One of the hardest things to get right. Here, FSL has given STEPN GO a complete overhaul to tackle the classic NFT and token inflation problem. A serious problem, mind you, that has condemned many Web3 games to a short lifespan. Now, in a typical GameFi project, players get their hands on productive assets. So usually NFTs that will earn them some sort of cryptocurrency token, which they can then use to grow in the game or simply cash out. If there aren't enough effective ways to burn these NFTs and these tokens as fast as they're being produced, we get supply taking over demand, which causes an inflation problem, which causes the value of these assets to ultimately bleed away. And nobody wants to see that. Now, in both STEPN OG and STEPN GO, there is this fundamental concept called energy. You need energy in order to use your NFT sneakers to walk and earn you cryptocurrency rewards. But in OG, as we can see here in the OG white paper, your energy is replenished every day automatically for free, which means I ended up with these beautiful and productive digital sneakers that have been earning me GST and GMT tokens every day for the past 2 years. And hopefully it's something that I can continue doing, well, forever, right? Great for my fitness and my bank account, but it's not so great for the tokenomics of the game to have these sorts of productive assets last forever like this. Now in STEPN GO, and I've got the white paper loaded up here, there is a very good reason to burn your sneakers. You need to in order to get the energy needed to move and earn. So you have to burn productive assets to be productive. And this creates this closed feedback loop where the more NFT sneakers flood the marketplace, which is eventually going to happen, the more sneakers will get burnt as well, because players need to burn sneakers to keep playing the game. It's a very clever system. And speaking of the new game token, GGT, there will be lots of new ways to use GGT inside STEPN GO and grow in the game, which helps limit players from cashing out and selling, which could inflate the supply of the token unnecessarily. Now, another tokenomic innovation lies in STEPN GO's controlled onboarding process. So right now, lots of people are actually trying to get into the app. There's a lot of demand for STEPN GO, and many people are finding it difficult to get an activation code. And that's by design, because too many people jumping into a Web3 game at the beginning rapidly drives up the NFT prices, the game token prices, and eventually things come crashing down. FSL is very keen to prevent this classic overheated economy problem in STEPN GO. Finally, there are new ways to play STEPN GO, such as outfit mode, that doesn't add inflationary pressure to the GGT token or sneaker economy pretty much at all. Now, speaking of gameplay, what's new inside STEPN GO? Well, we now have 4 fully fleshed out and rather distinct gameplay modes, and you actually have to pick a game mode before kicking off your walk. Now, I've broken down each mode in detail in a Twitter/X article. I'll post the link in the description, but let's quickly run through them here. So first up, you've got your bread and butter earning mode, where you earn STEPN GO's game token, GGT. Fun fact, GGT stands for Good Game Token. Now, the mechanics of this game mode is very similar to earning GST inside STEPN OG. The higher the efficiency stat of your NFT sneaker, the more GGT you rake in each walk. Next up is an upgraded mystery box mode, familiar to STEPN OG users, but with much more strategic depth. You'll walk and earn different level mystery boxes. But now, instead of earning gems directly from your mystery box, you'll be rewarded with what are called raw stones in various colors. Now these stones need to be cut into gems before you can use them to upgrade your sneaker. So now we have a dual economy going on, right? One for the raw stones and one for the cut gems. And this is quite similar to, say, iron ore and steel, crude oil and gasoline, or rough and polished diamonds in the real world. And this opens up some pretty cool trading opportunities for sharp mystery box players who might be able to spot, say, cheap raw efficiency stones on the marketplace, snap them up, cut them into efficiency gems, and then sell them on the marketplace for profit. Just an example. And similar to OG, the better your luck stat, the better the mystery boxes you'll be able to hunt during a walk. And then we've got PvP mode. This is where you earn GMT, but with a unique twist. Instead of minting brand new GMT, like in STEPN OG, the GMT in STEPN GO comes from a pool known as the Schadenfreude pool, filled by players who are actually penalized for various in-game actions. So essentially, you're competing with other players for GMT that's collected from the mishaps of STEPN GO players. Schadenfreude literally means benefiting from the missteps of others. Kind of funny. And something else interesting, in PvP mode, the new karma stat on your sneaker determines your GMT earning potential. Finally, there's outfit mode, a completely new addition to STEPN, where you can earn outfit fragments from your walks that you can use to craft entire outfits for your 3D avatar in the game. Now, in STEPN OG, self-expression was all about proudly showing off your beautiful NFT sneakers, but in STEPN GO, you can create a unique style from head to toe. But that's not all. There's going to be an interactive map where Go users can locate other players and hey, maybe show off their outfits, their swag. Very cool. I actually think that outfit mode might be STEPN GO's killer feature in the long run. It lays the foundation for STEPN GO's Web3 social features with its own roadmap. The team has hinted at something called Moonbase, a future AR VR social platform, the first of its kind in Web3. Just an idea. Imagine meeting other users in a virtual space, dressed in outfits that you crafted yourself in STEPN GO through your daily walks. Just a glimpse into what's possible in the future. Anyway, those are the 4 game modes: GGT, Mystery Box, PvP, and Outfits. And only the first game mode is currently out, so there's a hell of a lot of STEPN GO we haven't seen yet, and details might change as the team builds them out. Now, to wrap things up, I want to zoom out and look at the big picture, the direction the FSL team is heading towards, and why projects like STEPN GO are worth getting quite excited about. So first off, this is a team that's pretty much always played the long game, right? They're not afraid to spend capital building necessary infrastructure to make Web3 use cases come alive. With STEPN, they needed a solid way to handle in-game token swaps. So they went ahead and built their decentralized exchange DAW. And then they needed a marketplace for NFTs, and that led to the creation of More. To prevent people abusing the economy inside STEPN, they developed a pioneering anti-cheating system using machine learning called SMAC. And with STEPN GO, they wanted to break down Web3's steep learning curve. So they introduced FSL ID, allowing users to log in with just an email. In other words, the team doesn't just talk about onboarding and user experience. They will actively go out of their way to build the necessary infrastructure to make it happen. Number 2, FSL as a Web3 studio, they're driven by identifying the big impact use cases. The STEPN brand is the obvious example, building a bridge between Web3 and the multi-billion-dollar health and fitness and well-being industry. This is an all-weather use case, health and fitness, all weather, with a huge addressable market. And STEPN continues to be one of the most compelling use cases for NFTs and GameFi that I've seen, incentivizing millions in the real world to form healthy habits. And number 3, the team isn't afraid to go against the grain and try new things. With More, they made it possible to design and mint NFT collections without needing a single line of code. Then there was Gas Hero, positioned as Web3's largest social experiment, enabling players to pursue their real-world ambitions, such as power, wealth, fame, all the good stuff, in a Web3 game setting where real earnings are actually possible. Not every idea is going to land, but Web3 as an entire industry of startups. In this setting, it's often the teams who aren't afraid to try new things, innovate, push boundaries, that come out ahead. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're keen to try out STEPN GO, you can follow me on Twitter/X. Sometimes I've got some great opportunities to share. Stay safe, keep learning, and always watch your risk. I'll see you guys in the next video.